Okay, well, we're still not quite, it's almost. It's 5:59, it's less than a minute. She got the side eye though for me. Okay. All right, let's get rock and rolling. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's meeting. Braving the cold as we've had, but we're glad to be here and glad that you're here. First order of business is invocation given tonight by Councilmember Natalie Coxton.
Dear Lord, we thank you for this day that you've given us, Lord. We thank you for the snow that we had over the weekend. It was pretty, Lord. We thank you for all the city workers, police, all the linemen and stuff that had our power kept on, Lord. And we ask that you be with us as we make the best decision for this city. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, next on our agenda is it's time that we recognize citizens to speak regarding items that are on your mind. Want to just make sure everybody remembers that when you come up here, just tell us your name, come to the podium. Ms. Lewis will call your name. You come to the podium, tell us your name, and then you'll have 2 minutes to say what you want to say. We also want to make sure that when your 2 minutes are over, Ms. Lewis will help you. She'll have a little notice or a little bell that'll ring to tell you when it's time to stop. If you want to leave your notes or anything to keep it, to have it on the record, that'll be a good time to do that. So, Ms. Lewis.
Miss Sherry Amick.
Good evening.
My name is Sherry Amick. I just had a few questions. There are a lot of trees over the road on Peachtree, and I was wondering what I needed to do to see about them cutting down, because if they fall, they're going to hit somebody's car, and preferably somebody could get hurt real bad or killed. That's one question. And another question, are four-wheelers legal on the road now? Is it legal to ride four-wheelers on the road and in the park? I was just wondering if that was legal now.
Normally, this isn't question and answer time, but who do we get her with on the trees? Tree answer, Joey.
I will get the Public Works Director. That is a state road, and as long as they are not interfering with our power lines, it will be left up to the state to take care of those. But I will get with Mr. Tuttle tomorrow.
Okay.
About these.
What about four-wheelers, Chief?
They only go way out there, day and night. And then people also playing basketball. I live right across the road from the park on Pine Street, and we get woke up at night because you can hear them bouncing the ball constantly.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Miss Cece White.
Good evening. My name is Cecil White. I still have the same complaint at 1777 Gary Street. I can hear the loud bass coming from music from that house, and I live 2 houses away. Well, when I left out of here last month at the city council meeting, well, an officer stopped me out there. I think his name was Officer Lawton. And to make a long story short, he said that he was going to get at him and tell him that if he had any more problems out of it, there will be arrest made. Well, later on that night, sure enough, they got started with the loud booming, and I called the police. I mean, no, I didn't call the police. I told my neighbor, I said, things are getting better. Why don't you call, because you can hear it too. She called, and they can look at it on caller ID They chose to knock at my door. I mean, it was loud, and I called a non-emergency number, so I know that they heard it. They stayed out there shining bright lights all in my house and whatnot. So make a long story short, so since I didn't answer my door, the police say, oh, we didn't hear anything. And so they told my neighbor that if she calls once again, if they have any problems out of this, we would be going to jail for illegal use of 911. And let me see. And I spoke with Mr. Meadows about it, and still nothing hadn't gotten any better. And one more thing I need to adjust is I have, ever since September the 27th, which was that bad storm Helena back in 2024, my trash cans, when the truck picks it up, it knocks the wheels off in 2 of them, and one of my lids has got gone. And I've been complaining about that, going and filling out little work orders, and that still hasn't got finished. And that's all I got to say.
Okay, thank you.
Miss Donna Kinsley.
Good evening, my name is Donna Kinsley.
Yes, ma'am.
I also was up here the last time, complained about the noise, the loud music from 1777 Gary Street. I had called them, and they called me back and told me that they didn't hear nothing, that if I called again, I will be fine, and I will go to jail for misuse of the 911. I don't know what else to do. I just got out of the hospital with throat surgery, and it's hard for me to even sleep.
Thank you, ma'am.
That's all, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Next on our agenda is the approval of minutes. We have the minutes from January the 5th. We'll entertain a motion to put those on the floor.
So moved.
A motion from Mr. Cook,
Second.
second from Ms. Williams. Are there any questions or comments? Or any corrections or? Not all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. And minutes are approved. Next on our agenda is we need to approve the following proclamations. We're going to proclaim February as Black History Month in the city of Clinton. Also, we'll be proclaiming February as American Heart Association Month in the city of Clinton. And February as Children's Dental Health Care Month in the city of Clinton. And to make that happen, we'll entertain a motion.
Motion.
Have a motion from Ms. Cogswell.
Second.
Second from, I think, Mr. Kirkendall was first on that. Questions or comments?
Question.
Yes, ma'am.
With these proclamations, do we do anything other than to just make it a proclamation? Do we, such as February Black History Month, do the city of Clinton do anything as far as recognizing this other than making it a proclamation?
No, ma'am, not at this time.
Okay, so can we maybe plan to do something, even if not, even for American Heart Association and the Children Dinners, that we plan to do something other than just making it a proclamation? I noticed that that's all we do is make it a proclamation, but as the city, we don't do anything to express that. So I would like to see something that we do. We may not be able to do it this time, but going forward.
Well, those proclamations are noticed on our website and also on our social media. If we can get together and see what you would like to do and what council would like to do
Okay.
to recognize these in the future.
Okay. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else? Not all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. And we are so proclaimed. All right. Okay, is Ms. Murphy here?
She's not here. Well, we was here at family
Okay, well, good. Well, we've got a proclamation here for a special time, and I'm gonna read the proclamation, then we're gonna get a picture with everybody and present the plaque. And okay, yeah, let me read. I'll read it from right here, so I won't lose my place trying to stand up there. Whereas Ms. Ella Murphy was born in Clinton, South Carolina on January 5th, 1926, and has been a lifelong connection to the Clinton community. And whereas Ms. Murphy has lived a remarkable century marked by faith, family, perseverance, and service, witnessing and enduring significant historical and social change while remaining grounded in the values that define the Clinton community. And whereas throughout her life, Ms. Murphy has been known for her warmth, kindness, strong faith, and devotion to family, qualities that have touched the lives of many across generations. And whereas Mrs. Murphy's legacy continues through her children, grandchildren, extended family, and all who have been inspired by her example of love, resilience, and joy. And whereas reaching the age of 100 is a rare and extraordinary milestone that reflects not only longevity, but a life well lived and deeply loved. And whereas the city of Clinton recognizes the importance of honoring its elders and celebrating those whose lives contribute to the history, strength, and character of the community, now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of Clinton, South Carolina does hereby recognize and honor Ella Murphy on the occasion of her 100th birthday. And be it further resolved that the City Council extend its warmest congratulations and deepest appreciation to Mrs. Murphy for her century of life, faith, family, and lasting impact on the Clinton community. And be it further resolved that this resolution be entered into the official records of the City of Clinton, and that a copy be presented to Ms. Murphy and her family as a symbol of the city's admiration and respect.
All right, Mike.
Still, no, that's it.
Okay, now we have another resolution. Honor L&L Office Supply. And I'm gonna read this one, and then we're gonna get Mr. Brulette and all the Brulette family to come up, and we're gonna do another picture. So, whereas for 43 years, L&L Office Supply has been cherished cornerstone of the city of Clinton, and whereas L&L Office Supply has a history of providing exceptional and personalized customer service, and whereas over the last 43 years, L&L Office Supply has become synonymous with quality, trust, and elegance, now therefore be it proclaimed that the city of Clinton congratulates L&L Office Supply on 43 years of service in the city of Clinton. Yeah. just want y'all to know that I was looking for ink the other day and Joe had already moved everything. And so I had to follow him to Lawrence to get it. So,
If it pleases the council, I'd like to keep my business license active, but we're gonna continue working this area.
absolutely. Absolutely. That's a good thing.
Glad to hear.
Okay, Mr. Metters.
Next item on the agenda is for council to consider second reading of an ordinance to temporarily suspend the application of Sunday sales prohibitions, the blue laws, within the corporate limits of the city of Clinton and other matters related thereto. Again, this is just something, formality we have to go through every 6 months, as required by law. So,
It's been 4 months out of the year doing it, suspending the blue laws. Well, we're here for second reading of this ordinance, so I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Have a motion from Mr. Cook, second from Ms. Williams. Any questions or comments? Not all in favor, please say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. And we are suspended once again. Okay, Mr. Metters.
The next item on the agenda is to appoint a design review board member for Ward 6. Ms. Walsh is picked Chris Moore. She has spoken with Chris and he is willing to serve, and that will fill out our design review board committee for the next couple of years.
Okay, so we have, Ms. Walsh has nominated Chris Moore. I guess we need to have a motion to accept the nomination.
So moved.
And have a motion from Mr. Kirkendall,
Second.
second from Ms. Williams. Any questions or comments? I think he'll be a good choice. Chris has been dedicated to the workings of the city for many, many years, so we appreciate his willingness to serve. Not all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. And we'll welcome Mr. Moore to the Design Review Board. Okay, Mr. Metters.
That's all the action items I have tonight.
Okay. You have anything else?
Yes, sir.
for
I've
your
got a couple
report?
of things here. I put on your desk earlier today, PMPA along with Palmetto Power Seed, I'm tongue-tied tonight, is having a legislative breakfast in Columbia at the Block Building on February the 18th. If you can attend that, it would be great. I think Sonia sent out something about that earlier last week. So,
Anybody wants to ride with me, I'll be leaving about 6:30.
No, thank you.
Ms. Williams, I thought you were excited about going.
No, thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. I'll be going, and I think Mr. Metters will be going, so
yeah,
we'll
I'll be
represent you well.
going, but I have a PPC meeting after that at 10
Right.
a.m. So
So you be riding by yourself. That's what he said.
That's all right. I love my company.
we've talked a lot about our website over the last few weeks. We will be launching it on February the 15th. We're almost complete, finished making some changes to it, and we'll have it complete, and will be launched on Sunday, February the 15th.
All right.
We have also secured a grant from South Carolina Emergency Management for a transfer switch, which will allow us to put a generator on this building. This building is one of a couple that we don't have one on now, and so with that grant, when we get the money for it, we'll buy the switch and get the generator installed here. And in times of inclement weather and other issues, we'll have power on here so we can conduct our daily business as needed. And the last thing I have, I've spoken with Jim Spry several times over the last few weeks. And Jim is wanting to scale back some of the things that Main Street has been doing in Clinton. So he is gonna move to more or less pushing our downtown on, pushing's not the right word, but getting people to come into our downtown and spend a lot more time on that, hoping to offer some more facade grants and sprucing our downtown up and getting people back in the downtown area. With that being said, he had hired Amelia Davenport in December to help him out with his events and his social media. So the city, along with CEDC, contributes to Main Street each year. So I've taken on Miss Davenport to bring these events back over to the city. And we've already started planning some events to go, the Rhythm on the Rails, we're gonna do that on April the 25th. You'll see some more about that. We're bringing barbecue competition back. And we'll do the third Thursdays. We're gonna do food truck Mondays again. And we've got some other things planned. So I think she'll be a good addition to what we're doing here. And she seems to be real enthusiastic about it.
Good.
And that is all I have. Oh, one other thing, Seeker, Catherine Elrod, she spoke back in January when we had the strategic planning work session. I have engaged Ms. Elrod to do some work for us, to help us get our communications out to our citizens and get it done in a better manner than we're doing now. Danya has done a great job right now with being our PIO, and we'll work alongside Ms. Elrod and get things moving along well.
Okay, thank you. Any questions?
Mr. Miller, so Ms. Davenport, is she hired by the city or I mean, is the city going to be, she's gonna be an employee of the city?
Be a part-time. The city contributes funds to Main Street, and the CEDC contributes some funds to the Main Street. So it won't be a hit on our budget, because we will be using those funds that were already allocated for Main Street to keep her on for, 16 to 20 hours a week to get these things done. So to answer your question, yes, ma'am, she will be a part-time employee of the city.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Stevens.
Thank you, Mayor. In your packets, I gave you the updated financial results through December 31st of 2025. Once again, nothing really special about this report. We pretty much follow plan and are exactly where I expected us to be. For the first 6 months, the general fund has seen it revenue of $4.4 million. That's roughly 42.72% of our projected budget, which we're always, a little bit behind at this time of the year. We did start getting our property tax payments in from the county. That starts in December, and that came in as expected. So I don't expect anything to really deviate from the budget at this point in time that we haven't planned for. You will see, there is one transfer in the revenue for the general fund of $108,000, and that was the money that we took out of the local option account that we had at the state pool, and that was used to pay for the body cameras and the car cameras for the police department. That was approved by council. That was the only thing that was really out of the ordinary. And once again, expenses, we continue to control the spend and based on our cash flow. So expenses came out a little bit lower than where they should have been projected. And that basically gave us just a negative $423,000 fund balance at the end of the 6 months, which is very typical this year. We don't start bringing in our big revenues until really January and February. Utility fund is pretty much the same. It is slightly ahead of budget at 52.5%. And really what's driving that is most of the, the big water sewer are all on task. Electric is a little bit ahead, and at this point, electric is about 3.3% ahead of last year's billings. Not a whole lot, but just enough to keep the whole utility fund a little bit ahead of budget. Same thing for expenses. We have kept that in line, and that expenses are a couple of percentage points below what we're taking in revenue, giving us a positive fund balance on the utility fund of $753,000. So other than that, there's really no other, anything that hasn't been planned in the budget. So if you have any questions, specific questions, let me know.
Any questions for Mr. Stevens? Of course, he's available on an individual basis too. Okay. We'll start on the other end. Mr. Kirkendall.
Okay, I just want to bring up a concern that I have as we move forward with the different developments that we've got going on. I'm sitting here trying to count them up. It looks like we've got about 5 developments going on right now, housing developments. And then, hopefully everything's going to go well. We're going to push right into the development with the ball fields and things, given everything goes well. And I know we're going to have our attentions just spread out. So my concern moving forward, and I'm glad that we have this concern because we are developing things, is as these housing developments grow, and I've counted about 14 houses at advanced development already up and built, with about 5 or 6 of them with residents there. I don't know what's going on with the commons down on East Main, but as we go deeper into these developments and it gets close to a final process, how are we looking and measuring the quality of the development, specifically the roads? I ride by the commons just about every day, and it appears that the asphalt's already buckling up, and it could be with all the temperature, but once that's developed and it's turned over to the city to maintain, I don't want us to have years in the future of trying to do a lot of patchwork if we can avoid that now.
First off, the city has to be, Clinton Commons or any other development will have to come to the city and approach us about taking their roads into our inventory. There are some things within the city ordinance and within the subdivision ordinance that are required before we take these roads. So, and then also the Planning Commission has something on the table within the Planning Commission that will put some stricter standards on them. That we will require a third-party engineer, since we don't have an engineer on staff. That engineer will come in and he will test those roads and give us a signed statement that they are put into SCDOT specifications, and they will also have to put up a bond for, I believe it's 3 years, that we will hold in the event there are problems with it.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear. So will DOT be involved at all?
No, sir. The engineer will uphold the developers to DOT specifications, and we've got a rather large DOT specification book, which the engineer will also have one. He knows how much gravel has to be under there, how thick the asphalt has to be, and what the proof rolls are, meaning how tight the dirt and the gravel is under the asphalt.
So we'll have people in their proper place to do these.
Yes, sir.
Won't fall on, all of them fall on your shoulder.
No, sir, it will fall on the Public Works Director's shoulders to
Okay.
work with that engineer to ensure that those roads are installed correctly
Okay.
before accepted.
Sounds more positive than I was thinking. That's great.
Thank you. Ms. Coxon?
I don't have any report. I got a concern I just brought up. Our April meeting is the first Monday in April, which is spring break. I know Megan's a teacher, and she had mentioned this before about being off, and I'll be gone that week. I don't know, just letting y'all know, or do we reschedule the following week being spring break? You going somewhere with your grandkids spring break, Mayor?
Oh, that's a long time for me.
First week of April, the week after Easter Sunday.
Yeah, we're scheduled for the 6th. We're far enough ahead to where if it works for everybody, I don't have a.
Well, if I'm the only one off, but I think Megan
Megan,
maybe
yeah,
it's gonna be,
she
she's a
asked
teacher,
about
said
it first,
yeah,
'cause-
about going somewhere,
If we got 2, we can.
but we went out 2 tonight, so
Yeah, well, I mean, we could, if it,
just throwing it out
if it
there.
worked, well, we're far enough ahead to where if we talked about it and went ahead and did it, we could go ahead and do something. Now, you know, we could go to the next Monday, the 13th instead of the 6th, if council wanted to do that. Y'all speak up if that works, or if it doesn't work. I'm good either way.
I'll wait till next month to make a decision.
Well, no, I think we ought to go
I'm okay with
ahead.
it.
Let's just,
I just think we need to be consistent with our meetings. And if we're going to change it, it need to be put out there in advance.
yeah, that's why I was
because,
doing it
yeah,
early, I think.
citizens need to know,
Right,
we're accustomed to having our meetings the first Monday of the month unless there's a holiday. And spring break is not a holiday. But I will yield to council decision, but that's just my,
Why don't we wait till our next meeting and we have a full council at that meeting?
I don't care that you don't move it, honestly, I'm just saying I won't be here, I'll be in the Bahamas. Or Jamaica, rather.
well, if we, either way works. If we did it now, we've got plenty of time to make sure
Yeah,
people
yeah, 2
know.
months. We
If you
start-
do it
we
next,
start Putting the word out tomorrow.
if you wait till the March meeting, then you're only doing it a few weeks ahead. Then we might not want to do it, so, but we'll entertain a motion if somebody does want to. Okay, hearing none, we'll just leave it where it is and be 2 down. All right? Okay. Ms. Williams?
thank you, Mayor. Now, on the report for the code enforcement, Ms. Letters, my concern, I think I sent you a text, the 2 houses on the corner of Centennial and South Livingston Street that was condemned. But now I'm seeing rent signs for rent, and I'm not seeing where, I see where he got on here for rental inspection was done, but I don't see any rental inspection done on Ward 2. And that's a concern of mine because those 2 houses was deemed condemned.
Yes, ma'am.
And I know it done went through several hands to stop that. And then now, I've seen very little work that was done on those 2 houses. And now I'm seeing signs saying for rent.
This report that you see in your packet was done prior to those inspections. One house has been inspected and has been deemed inhabitable. The other one has not been inspected as of yet. Apparently there's someone that's getting ready to move in one of the houses, and so it was inspected by our building inspector, and it has been deemed safe to live in.
So when
And
we,
that will happen with the next one, when someone comes in to apply for utility services. Mr. Norwood will go out and inspect it, and if it's not, deemed safe, it will be turned out.
well, on the off council, I'll talk with you on how houses are approved for inspection, because I'm looking at these windows and stuff on this house, and I don't know whether that, that have to be replaced or how heating, but I'll talk with you on the side for that. My other concern is a sign that need to be on South Livingston Street with these tractor trailers that are going down the road, especially on the weekend, when that plant next door to me is closed. These tractor trailers are going down the road, then they get down to the end of South Livingston and D Street, and they cannot turn on D Street. So now they're having to back all the way back up the road. I think I sent you and Chief Addison a text where a Walmart truck going down Livingston Street, and then now you got to back all the way back up. Something need to be done where no tractor trailers are allowed on weekends or after a certain hour. Because if that plant is closed, they normally close at 4 p.m. Then, and I don't even know why a Walmart truck was going down South Livingston Street. That's dangerous for that a tractor trailer to have to be backing up, to come all the way back up to Carolina Avenue to be able to turn around, because there's no other way for him to turn. So something need to be done as far as putting a sign up. I mentioned this before your turn. Nothing have been done, but something need to be done about that.
We'll put our heads together and come up with a solution and get it taken care of.
Appreciate that. Thank you so much. And then with our rec center, where are we looking on that?
The rec center is coming along. We have, our turf has been installed. Of course, it's dormant right now. We're still waiting for the fencing to be put up, and we've got some paving to do. And other than that, we're pretty much ready to go. Weather has held us off. They were supposed to come back in late December and work on the fencing and the paving, but paving's got to be at a certain temperature before the asphalt plants will start up, and they have to have more jobs in line before the asphalt plant will start for them. They won't do it just for that one small job. And then also we have Elm Street that's waiting on the same thing. So as soon as we get some warm weather, we'll see that completed, and we'll be ready to go.
Okay, and I want to thank, what is the Fuller Fire Station?
Yes.
That was recently completed, very nicely done. So I want to commend the city on that. I thank the Fuller family and even the citizens is very pleased with that, and the firemen are pleased with that fire station there. So that was a wonderful job that was done and completed. So our next door across the street, is that complete?
Yes, ma'am. They've got a few things they need to do in there. They've got some things to move around, but overall, it's ready to go, and we will be holding the same type of ceremony for that facility in the very near future.
Okay, good. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Cook.
Just a couple of things. Like to say thank you to all our city employees for the work they did in preparation both for the ice storm and the snowstorm we had recently, and just the first responders and how all the city employees at every level came together and really helped keep our city with power and safe and things of that nature. So I want to commend all employees for that, and then congratulate Ms. Murphy's family on her big birthday celebration. I'm glad she's still with us and able to celebrate. And then also, L&L, I can't say enough about you guys and what you've meant to this city and how many times I have gone through those doors getting all kind of services and products. But again, thank you. I know you're not completely leaving us. You'll be across the pond, so to speak, 8 miles away. But again, thank you for your years of being here in Clinton, and we certainly appreciate that. That's it, Mr. Mayor.
All right, thank you, everybody. I think everybody covered everything I was gonna say, but we sure do appreciate everything that our staff has done to, during bad weather times is always when something breaks or something goes out, and our folks rise to the occasion every time. And fortunately, we didn't have any big power outages, and just one.
And one outage, and it was not attributed to the storm.
So we just appreciate the good work that everybody does, keeping us safe and keeping our city moving forward. Certainly, 100 years old is a big deal, and so you just can't be happier than that. I remember doing this kind of thing with Miss Bertha Bailey was turning 100, and
Our mayor's getting real close to that. That's why he's so excited about it.
I do appreciate people that are still kicking out here
He's not quite
at the
there
same
yet.
age as me and Joe Brulette. So. But certainly, and of course, in L&L, we're like everybody, small town staple of where you go, not only to get good office supplies, but to find out what's going on if you need to. Sometimes more than we wanted with some folks in there, Joe, right? So I've been saved by Joe a lot of times. So, but we want to say thank you to all of you. And if there's nothing else to come for us tonight, we will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.